My salon.
Thank you, brother. Okay, I think it started now. Let me get looking. Okay, we here. Yeah, it's a whole lot of people in the room. Cool. All right, we started 2 minutes early.
Salute to the people. I can't see them, but salute to the people.
Right, on the upload, you'll see them. Okay, I'm gonna start.
Oh,
And as we're talking, more people are gonna jump in the room. And because I know it's gonna get uploaded, we're gonna get a lot of numbers. I'm gonna just start it right away, anyways. Yo, what's good? I Smoke Gang, man. This your boy Bless One. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Look, Smoke Gang, we did it again. We got another Haymaker interview, and this time everybody knows this OG. He's everybody OG. This is the man himself, man. Self-titled, the Chiraq Don. Jojo Capone. What's good with you, man?
salute. I'm just here warming up my grub after the gym. But I'm here.
We rock with that. Everybody's coming in the room today, man. We're gonna be asking JoJo a lot of questions. I want the Smoke Gang. Hit that like button for me right quick. I'm looking at the chats. Don't worry. We rocking out today. This interview came about in a respectful manner, so I wanted y'all to give y'all much praise and blessings to JoJo Capone himself. This guy's legendary. He goes out the way. He's been known as the mediator king. You know what I'm saying? The man who could get your chain back. The man who got Action Jackson mentality always. As you can see, man, I'm gloating a little too much. So let me just let Mr. Capone take over, and I got questions lined up. JoJo, what's good with you, Brody?
Man, I'm stomach on empty right now, but I'm trying to fill it up.
All right, with your stomach on empty, I know your
Yeah.
movement. You throw it out there to everybody with your global gangster movement. What's that all about? And take your time, man. Make your bread, man. I kind of like it like this. You giving us
Yeah.
more than we want. I like it.
Basically, global gangsters is a mind frame. Suckers do what suckers try to do what gangsters can. So for the most part, gangsters do what they want. Suckers do what they can. So for me, it's just a mind frame. Don't take no for an answer. Keep pushing, keep striving for what you believe in, what you want out of life.
Right.
And then with that being said, and me being a world traveler, it all made sense. I'm
Right.
not a local joker, I'm a global gangster. Out
Sweet.
of out of out of 7 continents, I'm covering six. Out of 196 countries, I'm over 147. So my feet and eyes have seen a lot.
Right. Those eyes is what got a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say people get scared or what, but when your name get said out in the atmosphere, it echoes a whole lot. And we know you had a movement. You kind of like a CEO. It's A&R mentality. You had a group by the name of Mind, Body, and Soul. And I know it consisted with a lot of real ones. And I hope you don't mind if I say it for the people. You had C Note, Cold Black, rest in peace to Cold Black, that is. You had Rello, Big Blast, Chachi,
No,
Pistol Pete from
no,
Chicago.
mind, body, and soul was only Cold Black, C Note, and Rello. So
Okay.
rest in peace to Rello and C Note. I mean, rest in peace to Rello and Cold Black.
Rest in peace to
And
Redlow. I didn't know he died. My bad.
yeah, Rello got murdered on the second day of the video shoot for the album. So as we was marketing and promoting the album and shooting the first 2 singles, he was able to shoot the first video, which was a dream ahead. So and then the second day of the video shoot, he got murdered. So I wind up having to step up and basically lip sync his verse because the video shoot was paid for, the locations, everything was handled. So that's what made people think that I was a rapper when I wasn't. That was just the first time I ever had to stand in for someone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then later down the line, I wind up jumping in the booth myself. Created the Global Gangsters. I wanted a spokesperson for the movement, so I put the group together, which was I put since C Note had lost 2 members in Mind, Body, and Soul. I put him with Pistol Pete, Big Blast, Sachi, Black Rose, and Pistol Pete, and made them the global gangsters. So they was the spokespersons for the movement. So that's how that came about.
I noticed something about you, like
And Chachi, I think I left Chachi out. So Chachi.
you left Chachi out as well, but you hold him down in many of your interviews, so we know where that was coming from. But a lot of the times, you don't really like the limelight like that. I'm noticing your name is bigger than a lot of the OGs, but you don't really try to be on the camera. I mean, Don Diva magazine once called you the great mediator. I mean,
Yeah.
what's that about? Can you tell us some? The great
I
mediator.
mean, I mean, when you in tune with the streets and something go on in the streets, any situation, somebody should be able to reach out and touch somebody that can try to get to the bottom of it for the better. And in my case, like I say, by being a global gangster and traveling the world, I'm deeply rooted in a lot of cities, states, and countries. So it's not too many people that I don't know and people that don't know me.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm called upon about a situation and I might be familiar with the people involved, then of course I step in. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times if it's something I'm not aware of or even aware of the people, is nothing I can too much do.
Right. I mean, we know you're a Chicago legend. You're the OGs of everybody. You had the Game himself and several other artists, but Game in particular, he had a story about you, and I don't want you to go into that. I'm just leading up for follow-up question, but Game announced to the world proudly how he went to you to get help. A little situation allegedly happened, and you helped the Game. How does it feel knowing that you got people who have names and they could go to such and such advisors, but they seek your help? How does that make you feel, especially looking at your parents, where your upbringing? Now you the man that the people go to just to make the moves. How does that feel?
I
That type of
mean,
recognition.
as looking up to Muslim faith and belief, as a Muslim, you're supposed to do a good deed daily. So, that's just a part of my life, to do a good deed
Right.
daily.
I mean, I took my Shahada in Job Corps, so I know it's a rigorous praying every day, discipline. So with that discipline that you've did, being taught by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan or many other philosophers, not just in Islam itself, because I've seen many of your videos, do you instill that same discipline to the younger generation and those around you? Don't go too deep as far as the youth yet, because that's later down. I'm about to bring that up. But just you, when you walk around your peers, do you instill that automatic amongst the people who?
I mean, if I see somebody acting reckless and out of line, I know that they lacking something. So it can start with a conversation, and religion give a person something to look forward to and guidelines to follow,
Structure.
further than what they can see. So if you get a believer, you have a better chance than a non-believer. If you have a non-believer, they just gonna be wild and reckless at all times and not gonna believe in nothing, because you got a lot of people that's over religious and they, if they say, well, God created humans and created us, why do God let rapes happen to babies and murders of babies and things of that nature that would make any person with a conscience or mind or sense to question? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you have those be the issues. You know what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with that, when you're dealing with those type of issues, you got to see where a person coming from, to where one would call somebody atheist just because they don't want to believe in what they consider spook gods or somebody that they can't see. But as a person, you should want to live your life righteous instead of like considered a savage. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just tell a person to, if you've been doing stuff that's considered a savage or whatever, or savagery, I feel like, okay, you understand and know how I feel to live like that. So now let's try to see how I feel to live righteous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that'd be my thing.
I like that. I mean, when you have a serious side, everybody knows sometimes we have a playful side. You know what I'm saying? The yin and yang, the balance. Being with the balance. Shout out to little Chris. I know he's going through it. Rest in peace to Duck. But you had a song recently of 2018 because I was listening to your catalog, and one song, I don't know if other people or you, if you like it like that, but I've noticed you had the song Gangsta Party from the album Talk That Ish Capone. It seems
Hmm.
like you always looking serious, my man. And that's what people like me, we kind of like about you. But in that song, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see a visual, but I could hear the joy. Like you was just chilling with the homie Chris. Was that one of the most happiest times in your life? Or tell me what led to that Gangsta Party album?
It's actually a video. If you gotta
Okay.
subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh,
Act like it.
we need to
Act like
promote that.
act like an ENT. The correct spelling: L
ACT.
I LIKEITENT.
Don't worry about that, Jojo. I'm gonna hit you up after the show to get all the infos of whatever you got going. We'll make 3
Okay.
separate uploads just to get it in the mix with the people the right way.
Right.
And with that, thank you for answering that. By the way, okay, we know you didn't graduate from school, right?
I didn't graduate from college. I graduated from high school.
Okay, it's almost like I went to Job Corps. I graduated high school, but still flex and went to Job Corps. And I know you didn't have the natural upbringing through the so-called school board of education, but you still instilled this adaptation in your life. And I had to write it and word it the right way. Basically, you excel in anything you put your mind to. Like,
Of course, because actually I was banned out of high schools in Chicago. So I was red flagged. It was a red flag system. I was actually red flagged. So
can you explain that?
if you was a troublesome child or gang affiliated or just a troublesome child, period, you would be red flagged. So any school you try to and it's coming all the way from grammar school from up to eighth grade. So that's why your transcripts and everything is important within that school system because they want to know about each student. If the student on medicine, medications, or a troubled child or whatever, because they got to know who they putting around other people's children. You can't put a dangerous child around kids that's not dangerous. It's going to cause a conflict or someone going to get injured or hurt. So they would do a red flag. So all Chicago public schools I wasn't able to go to. So for me, I had to deal with alternative schools. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
um,
We got a lot
and
of
that,
those in Florida, alternative schools. You don't even have to, but if people out there want to know what alternative schools are, it's like he said, it's alternative. Either if you're suffering in grades, you getting kicked out of class. Sometimes it's easier. We wanted to skip school, so we forged our little paperwork and went to alternative school just to skip. But man, can you tell us the I Smoke gang in the chat room? I need you to teach us something right quick. Like I know how people adapt, but where did you get this quick adaptation to society and life? You know what I mean? Being a Chicago head, and you come from people don't know during the times of your upbringing. If they think it's bad now, I mean, whew, it was a
yeah, well,
lot going
basically,
on during
basically,
your time.
basically for me, I was born in Chicago, raised in New York, LA, and Miami. So
Whoa, whoa,
I
wow!
was,
I would like you to chime in on the Miami and L.A. part as well, and New York, if you don't mind.
yeah.
That's new for me.
So, so for me, I wasn't oblivious to the ghettos of America.
Right,
So for me, going down, living in each one of those states and cities, I was able to, deal with different people. Because every time you move somewhere, it's a new school and it's new people. So you had to adapt. So each time I was shipped around for my behavior issues, I had to adapt to wherever I was being sent to.
right. I mean, you got the chat room booming. Andre in the chat said you frying that good stuff. you,
You say what?
he said you frying that good stuff. You got me over here regretting I
Uh,
ain't go to the corner store and get me the Arab sub, man. Jojo,
no,
what you
tell them
cooking, Jojo? By the
I
way,
don't see, I don't see where I can flip the camera around, but
yeah,
yeah,
I would
I
like
don't
to
eat
see what you.
nothing fried, brother. I warm it up
Wow.
in a, so mixed vegetables. I'm on Dr. Sabi alkaline diet.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna get to the Dr. Sabi part. I made sure I want you to bring that part up, but before we do, now we get into the nitty gritty of these questions. You talked about the adaptation, and since we're on the streets,
yeah, that's just
we see a lot of things going
right.
on,
And that's
Jojo. I mean, you said the gang problems is over for you, and you basically the gang problems are like what the dinosaur age now is, because you once said that in an interview. I mean, can you go elaborate on that? What you felt like
yeah.
as far as that?
We originated gang banging. So Chicago's, Black P Stones, Black
Right,
Gangster Disciples, and black disciples and Latin Kings all originated here in Chicago. So, and that was going on in late 50s, 60s. So where everybody in California, majority in the Bay Area was Black Panthers, we was a full on street gang. So, until the feds made us organized crime. So we got the same laws and that the mafia got. You know what I'm saying? So we was
right.
tried the same way as the mafia.
Now, as far as structures like the mafia, we know the mafia has certain codes. Not to say we don't, as a group of people, melanated people. I know we're born into a code. Let's not even lie and cap. Soon as we come our mama wombs, what your mama tell you? Quit tattletelling. Quit doing X, Y, and Z. But what about the factors? Because you seem to be, no disrespect, the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, and all the governor or whatnot. You seem to have the perfect solution to help these youngsters out there. I mean, what do you feel going on with Chicago? Do you want to call it a genocide? Is it disrespectful to call it a genocide? Because we know all the hoods. It ain't just Chicago. It's many hoods around the United States, if not the world. Probably far worse, but they highlight Chicago the most. So, do you classify it as a genocide going on? Like,
Oh, definitely a genocide. And far as politicians and mayors, she not from here, so I don't really expect her to really care for us or our children. She's from Cleveland,
word. Wow,
so
I didn't know that. You just dropped some jewels to us in the room. Thank you.
yeah. So even with the president Obama,
Right.
in somewhat he was here doing his politician stuff, but
He didn't
his
help.
wife his wife is born and raised here. He from, what I'm saying, Hawaii by the way of,
Everywhere.
you know, South Africa and all that, or I think Cincinnati or somewhere where his mother was from Ohio somewhere, I think. So
You going about to make these birthers question his birth certificate again, JoJo.
no, I'm trying to question
I
his
know,
birth
I know, I
certificate.
know, I know.
I don't really care about that, but when people would kept saying what was he doing for Chicago, what I'm saying, it's like whatever he was gonna do for Chicago, it would have had to been from the advice of his wife because she's from here. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can't come to Haiti and come up with all this advice without asking somebody in Haiti how should we go about it, and then I can help assist them. You see what I'm saying?
Y'all hearing that, chat room? That's kind of to me the best way besides going to these big corporations and giving it the Red Cross and all that. You heard the OG, man. Like, he broke down the structure of that, and being that we're on that, we know Spike Lee had a movie, Chiraq or whatever, not to intrude and put you in a situation with him. Our personal feelings, we see the exploitation of Chicago. But we did see pardons being given. We seen a lot of people coming home during, this president's terms, not to give him credit or take it away from him, but we see a lot of guys coming home. Shout out to Big Meech's brother. We know he's home now. But how do you feel? You're very voiceless in these situations. How do you feel about the whole Big Meech situation and the pardon? And do you feel the feds will let him come home? And if you don't feel they'll let him come home, do you feel the feds are using him as an example?
It's been plenty been used as examples before he was born. So Matula Shakur, Larry Hoover, Jeff Fort, those are people that I would want all political prisoners to be set free. But I just have a thing about people that's incarcerated for drugs. I feel like why not the CIA and the government be held responsible for that? Because for one, they supposed to be protecting our borders. But then we find out in the Rick Ross case that the CIA, DEA, and the rest of them was the ones that was giving them the drugs. So it's like, what type of government do we really live in?
I mean, these some of the questions we've been asking. It's like asking what came first, the chicken or the egg, and it's one of them things that have you scratching and losing your head like LeBron. So, I mean, you actually said it the best way. And my next thing leading to that, since you actually answered it better than I expected. Thank you for that, JoJo. Now, I can't even ask you that fair question away, man. You very blunt, man. I kind of like that in somebody who's doing an interview. Since you're blunt, we know you're connected to a lot of these new generation people out here. In a way, you are Zach TV without being Zach TV. That's what a lot of people don't know. You know, a lot of these cats, mamas, friends, you know them before the stardom of the Chicago wave. I mean, you know well-known figures such as Little Reese, and you dropped a bomb on everybody when you told us P. Rico was SD's first cousin. Does that happen a lot in Chicago? Where
No,
two
he no, he's my they're both my children's first cousins.
Wow, that's actually more
So
wild than I thought, though, Jojo. That's
so what I say was that's how when I'm get a call about some situations, I'm able to maneuver and can put some water on the fire or prevent something before it happens. So I pride myself as a preventer. I want to prevent these things from happening. I don't want to wait till it blow up and then I get in the middle. No, I want to try to prevent it before it get carried away.
was
As far as Zach TV, rest in peace to the young brother, but
rest in peace.
I paved the way for Zach TV because I had the Chicago version DVD magazine
I
and of course partners with Smack DVD. So,
That's
you
right.
know,
You had the Chicago URL. I'm sorry, that's correct. You had the Chicago
so that's
URL
why
movie.
that's why Zach even stated he do what he do because of me. You know what I'm saying? I
Facts.
gave him the platform of a way to live life of what he wanted to do. And he took it and ran with it. And I'm proud of him for that.
He loved you, man. Zach always paid homage, and I love the interviews he did with you. He made sure to
Mm-hmm.
highlight it, and he said the most best thing I've heard. And I'm a young journalist in the game. He said you're very underrated, and I seen your face. You had a smoothness about you where you don't care about the fame. Do you get satisfaction speaking to all these? You got a generation where dudes my age or dudes damn near my uncle's age, all the way to Little Reese and them, to all the way Polo G's age. Do you feel
Mm-hmm.
a proudness that you held your city down for all these years? Cause the streets is talking, man. We know what you've done.
Of course. I don't feel like I'm underrated because I never been a fame whore. I
Facts.
never was trying to jump in front of cameras and all that. That came by default. So when it's something that's going to be spoke upon about Chicago, my name definitely got to be the top one in the conversation.
Right.
Because before that, it was lackluster attention on Chicago, but I was running around city to city, state to state, country to country with a Chicago flag on my back. You know what I'm saying? So keeping us in the forefront. So if I was able to see somebody that act like they didn't want to acknowledge me or the global gangsters, I just know that they're a hater. That's all.
Word.
Because whatever they doing and have a platform to speak about it now, we definitely paved the way for it. So before labeling it the drill rap, it was gangster rap. So for gangster rap, we was the gangster rap elites in Chicago, global gangsters. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So before that, we had, of course, psychodrama, crucial conflict, do or die.
Crucial
You know,
conflict. You naming the
You know,
best legends, man.
people that was meeting, people that was speaking on the streets. You
Word.
know what I'm saying? Prior to the global gangsters, you know what I'm saying? So that's why if you see now, just with doing this interview, it don't hurt me to give them their credibility. You know, it don't hurt me to give them they love and they shine. Like I would always keep them in the forefront because I was just intrigued in the street. I didn't care about no music, you know what I'm saying? Invested in it and all that. So if
Right.
I get into their game, I'm gonna pay homage to the ones that was there before me.
Right. Speaking of homage, you know, because you pay homage a lot, and you have a status higher than the people you pay homage to, meaning that
Mm-hmm.
they not dumb. If they see Jojo Capone somewhere, no matter how much money they got, they know to walk up to you almost like a, I'm gonna say allegedly mafia type behavior in a good
Oh,
way.
for
Now,
sure.
speaking of that mafia type behaviors to industry artists, I'm not trying to start any trouble. We know a situation between you and Rick Ross occurred. So I wanted to know that friendship with the Ross situation and the global gangster situation a few years back. You know what I'm saying? I think Pistol Pete and Black Rose might be involved. I don't want to throw names in there. But what's your situation with Rick Ross on in 2020? Elaborate for us.
I mean, it never was no issue. I sent him a record. He sent it back. He recorded it. We didn't get to shoot a video for it. And, he actually was cool up until that point. I don't know. Yeah, he was actually cool up until that point. Until I guess he got involved with the Birdman and Lil Wayne situation. So I'm gonna voice my opinion, just period. You know, as being in hip hop, you know, because everybody gonna feel like I'm gonna take Birdman's sides because that's my blood relative. But it's not. He a grown man. He can handle himself in any situation.
Word.
But if I'm asked about something, then I'm gonna speak on it. And I felt that if they was going through a legal situation where $51 million was involved, and Ross want to stick his nose in their business, pay the 51 million or shut up. That's simple. That's not nothing that I'm gonna say on the internet. I'll tell him that in his face. Like if you're not gonna give him the 51 million, shut up. But he can voice his opinion. But that's just gonna be my response to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, if you care so much about Wayne and you want him out his contract, give him the 51 million.
Right.
Simple. And that'll teach the next person that want to get in other people's business. You know how they say put up or shut up? That's what that means. Put up or shut up.
You basically just explained today's beef. It just link up if it's that serious. And
If you
I
helping your friend, his point and purpose of saying he was chiming in on what a father and son is going through. But one, you're not the brother, you're not the cousin, you damn sure ain't the mama. You know what I'm saying? So what do you really have? What opinion is you voicing? Okay, so if you want to voice your opinion from being an artist and have been in contracts that wasn't feasible to you or for you, I understand because he was in countless contracts that he was not comfortable with. So I
right.
understand that. So that's why I say he can speak his mind. He can say what he want to say. But if you want to act like you hit Wayne's super friend all of a sudden, then pay the money. You know what I'm saying? Help your friend get out the jam if that's the case. That's what I would do if one of my homies got in the jam, you know, and he got a bond. I'm going to help him or I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to speak on it.
You think he just did that for a publicity situation, album coming up, not being relevant during that
Exactly.
time?
That's so it wasn't genuine to me.
Right.
So just how he voiced his opinion about their situation, I voiced my opinion on him speaking on it and getting involved with it.
Right. You
And
didn't
that's
you
it.
didn't you didn't disrespect. We seen the response, and a lot of people respected it. You were more coming in a point of view showing the hypocrisy in it. So a lot of real ones felt it. And speaking of real ones, we know real ones like Gilly. You know the admiration he got for you or you got for him. You two are well known figures in your neighborhoods, cities. Being that, I want to know your opinion on the 6ix9ine situation and on anything. We don't really want to. I didn't really go deep as far as writing something down because you pretty much gave us a classic live. I mean, I'm one of the few that watched it, meaning that it's probably way past that because I looked at the numbers. You gave your utmost honest opinion about 6ix9ine. Now with 6ix9ine today, How do you feel as far as artists who are choosing to work with 6ix9ine? Can you tell us your honest opinion? I just wanted to go something different from what you were talking about.
I mean, if they classified as civilians, man, so they in the music business. So being in the music business, you have to do what the music business consists of, and that's doing features with people and songs and the other shit that come with it.
Well, now hold on, Jojo. Now I seen in the interview, my man. Hold on, Jojo. You said something crazy like that had me lit, and I was smoking one trying to prep. Now you said when 6ix9ine came home, it's the new rebirth of Nicky Barnes, and it, I try to be
Of course.
professional. And can you go a little bit on before I move to the next
I
question?
mean, it's basically Nicki got mad somebody was fucking his wife, which was Guy Fisher,
Right,
and he snitched on all them. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine claimed Shotty was fucking Sarah, his baby mama. He snitched on all of them. So that was the first thing came to my mind. It was deja vu. I heard this before. I saw this before. And they both done the same thing, right?
right. They
All
cried
right.
about their baby mamas, and Nicky
What?
Barnes was holding it strong for a while until you're right. And you're right. Baby mamas ain't supposed to stay low. You said something that was factual. Baby mamas ain't gonna stay loyal to you, especially if you was out doing dirt on them. And not only that, like it ain't my fault if she get tapped in. This is part of the game. This is what you invested yourself into. I think you worded that heavy. Being that was it, you give Guy Fisher name a whole lot. There's been a couple of interviews you throw his name out there, and I'm just asking personally not to be disrespectful because I honestly forgot, and I wanted to know is he back in the world yet, or you just make
He
sure?
post, he poster came out, soon. So hopefully any day now he'll be home. I don't know what the holdup is, but everything granted in his behalf. So they just dragging their feet.
What's Guy Fisher energy like? You know what I mean? Just a quick.
He's smooth cat. He gonna give the younger generation some game. Let them know that the street life ain't worth it, or you can be how he was. You know what I'm saying? Incarcerated with his life on the line, so
Right.
it ain't worth it. Stand up dude, feel like you do the crime, do the time. He ain't complain. He just was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You put me away for life over a chick, like, come on, man. It's a million chicks in the world, but then you got a sucker that's having a sucker stroke, figuring like, yeah, it's a million women in the world. Why you gonna try to hump on mine? She don't belong to you, homie. That's where you went wrong at.
Right. She belongs to the streets regardless. And I love
You
my
feel
wife
me?
to death, but people see the conversation with my wife and they get sensitive and it's like, look, I love her, but I'm not no fool if, she ever done something to me or behind. Like, it's just life. I mean,
Right.
you can't. I don't know, man. I always say I'm not a gangster, but my thing is, if you venture yourself in a group or organization, you don't even have to be a gangster. Loyalty is loyalty, regardless. Even if we're not friends no more, I do not share what was put in trusted, whatever, over a female. So I love your morals and ethics. And speaking morals and ethics, man, we got to get this out the way so I can talk about Duck, man. And I had to quickly put it in there because I know the people want to hear it. Jim Jones situation. We know allegedly they don't call you the mediator for nothing, but you're not just some Gandhi person that's just holy and peaceful. Allegedly, we do know you have to have a certain figure out here to make a name and awareness not to be played with. And we know a situation happened with you and Jim Jones, and allegedly something almost happened to Cameron. Do you feel like sharing that today, or you think you spoke enough on it?
I mean, I spoke enough on it, but it's like I wish all of them well. Cam, I just talked to him not too long ago. So Cam always been cool. He always kept it solid, kept it a buck with me. So that's why I always spoke highly of him. Jim, I'm yet still to understand his issue. And I just call him stingy, I guess. I don't know. Like he don't want to share the wealth even when you helping him get the wealth. And I don't know where he learned that from or got that from, but I'm not the type of person you can do that to.
Right.
If I'm gonna contribute to help you get wealth, I want to be compensated. That's life.
That's actually factual on that, and I'm glad how you just you kind of you worded it perfectly to not make it look like a beef situation. These are just things that allegedly happened, and you giving an interview here, and thank you for sharing that with the smoke gang. Now I'm gonna get a little bit deeper on this, and you let me know if I'm going too far or not. But you the perfect man. I'm sorry, Jojo. I'm gonna just turn up a little bit, man. You the perfect dude out here. You can destroy all these clout chasers, everybody using the name of Chicago for this FBG Duck situation. Cause I feel I did it the right way. Rest in peace, Alfredo Santana. That brother helped this platform. That's why we here today. And I just feel like you're in tune with what's going on in the streets. Now I'm not gonna go deep on as far as picking side. That's corny as hell. But what are your feelings as far as when FBG Doug lost? He passed. I'm gonna just put it that way for purposes.
In Duck situation, I just feel like if we beefing or in a situation, send somebody. I mean, due to the fact that that's what's being said that
Right.
he was going to buy his son's clothes for his birthday party.
Little CJ. Right.
Which, yeah, salute to little CJ, and his
Right.
birthday
Happy
was the other
birthday.
day.
And it was his birthday is the same birthday with one of my sons. So happy birthday, little CJ. I didn't mean to interrupt you, OG.
Yeah.
Continue.
So basically, I just felt like he should have sent somebody else to get it. Sent the baby mama, sister, brother, his mother. I just feel like if we, high profile in any beef in a situation in the street, you just gotta move different. So, Duck ain't no punk. He ain't no chump.
Right.
And he was protecting himself whether he did or didn't have a gun, as they saying.
He ain't going.
And he jammed and all that. So everybody gonna feel that they can protect themselves if they have a weapon too. So he feeling like as if he was gonna be no victim, and go shopping and somebody up a pistol and he don't got one, and now they want to embarrass him and do all that on the internet. So, it's unfortunate situation. It's really just sad all around the board because we losing our youth. His mother then lost multiple children, so
Shout out to
then
Mrs. Weekly.
his father just came home after I think 17 or 20 years.
Jesus.
So,
So his father
so,
just came home, Jojo?
so I think it was yesterday or the day before. So he
Come
done came
on,
home.
man. You telling me this is what you come home to, man. You
Yeah.
come to the
So
world with this. One comes in the world and one leaves the world.
yeah, like they say, happens every day. A baby born and someone die.
Man,
So
you dropping
yeah,
exclusives, man. You dropping exclusives. That
it's
one just
just
hit different.
unfortunate, man. But like I say, like all the media people, all that clickbait shit, I ain't with all that. You
Can
know
you
what I'm
go
saying? Like,
wait, Jojo? We do not filter on this. Long as you ain't
right.
talking about these alphabet communities who's strong, I'll talk you behind the scene about the alphabet community. But I need you to go in because you said everything I said. See, I've been watching. I'm not gonna be fake like we family, but I've been talking mostly FBG Young, and I'm gonna just
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you. Like it did hurt me. I almost shed tears because it caught me off guard when they said he died. Not that he's
Right.
holy and all that, but I feel like I want you to go in, man. Like, cause I feel like people don't even try to connect with these dudes, and they run in the story. You got, I don't want to say Hassan Campbell right now, but I want you. Yes, but he could be included. Not that I'm saying y'all beefing, cause he straight disrespected FBG Duck mother, and I see a whole lot of other people who are not even in the culture. You
Who
never
did that? Hassan?
Hassan Campbell.
What'd he say? What happened?
I mean, I wish we could play it, but I'll give you the video behind the scenes too. But I can pretty much tell you clearly in that whole video, he seemed like somebody who didn't know nothing about Duck. He says it several times. He allude to rumors and gossip about Doug, which a lot was not true in the video. He disrespect the mom up and down when she's going through a crying time right now. She never said her baby was holier than thou for you to be going in like that. But I want your words. I'm more giving a quick summary. He
But
basically
see,
go ahead.
that's what we call clout chasers. See, people took our slang and our and ran with it.
That's what we call clout chasers. People that's thriving for attention. That's what a clout chase is. Saying so everybody use all they want clout. Clout is fame, attention, seeking people. That's what clout is. So he gonna say something that's gonna ruffle feathers, that's gonna get people to hit his link, and if he getting paid from YouTube, he gonna antagonize people that's hurt. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
he ain't gonna come his tough ass out here and say that shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, that's he corny. That's corny, and disrespecting anybody mother and speaking on the dead is corny to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like I'm just a respectable person. I respect all until disrespect comes forth, and then I handle it accordingly. That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get on here. Even with him, I never spoke on if Bambaataa really was riding him out and now I did raise a question and say, well, hold on. If you 17, 18 years old and this man was riding you out and you didn't like it, why you study going back? So that's what's gonna raise the question to me and say, oh no, homie, you like that. You like being molested. Oh, I ain't even gonna consider it being molestation if you going back to something, you know what I'm saying? So he was hurt about people voicing their opinion on that. But then you turn right around and speak on Duck and his mother, like what type of dude is you? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Educational purpose. Thank you, Jojo. And I just personally feel it's hypocritical. I'm not gonna talk about the Bambaataa situation right now, because I feel like I need to go in on him too. Pause. So I'm a stand up man for that. But I do feel it's hypocritical when you tell people you got bodies on your own hands and now you judging Duck. And the mama, like you said, lost her. One of the twins was the female that died. And I'm gonna get off that because it is touchy, but I'm gonna still stay on Duck. I don't want to give Hassan that much attention. I will be bringing that up later, not the interview, but an uploaded video.
But my thing with that,
Continue.
or saying you stand on Duck, my whole thing with Duck, okay, Duck was the pioneer of a drill rapper. You know what I'm saying? They spoke on the hardships
A legend.
that happens in our city. Ain't shit allegedly. They speak of, but we drill rappers. If I said the verse with me and Duck
No, I said
on
he's a legend.
oh, a legend. I thought you
Yeah.
said allegedly. You know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
nah, nah.
So drill rap is about basically shootings and drive-bys and killers and all type of shit, and people speak on it. It done got out of control because some people will sneak dish you just to get the clout up off you. You know what I'm saying? Meaning people that didn't never meet Duck, ain't never met Duck, or say some slick shit about Duck on the internet.
Right.
Why he doing that? If you never met this man a day in your life, why would you speak on another man or another woman name? If you never met them in life, why would you do that? So that answers a lot of people questions that be in the chat rooms and in the comments and bloggers and all that. So now you just look at it all sideways and you look at all of it as clout. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the biggest headline.
Right.
I don't see none of them bloggers that wanted to report his story from Vlad on down. Everybody that spoke I didn't see none of them say, well, hey, is it a GoFundMe account? Could we help him, with his children that he left behind? Because I'm quite sure when he done his interviews with them, they asking him his whole life story. He giving him his life story on their interviews and their platforms. It can help him as well, but they are profiting off of it, though. They
Right.
actually, when they interview these guys, they're actually making money off their channel. So if that's the case, donate, help out. You know what I'm saying? Do something to bring awareness to what's happening. You ain't gonna hear about it no more. You see what I'm saying? Because it was only for clickbait. It was a right now moment. So let's see who can report the story and get the most clicks off of it. And it's corny. And then at the same time, you have Vlad and you have Adam 22.
Right.
They love the culture as it seems, or for the culture as it seems. But it's like, what's the issue with, I don't know, like a melanated brother having the same platform and views as this trying to be? So Gilly the Kid and them with their podcast, they don't speak on certain things, on their podcast, but Willie D will speak on something. DL Hughley, DL Hughley speaks on certain topics. Hocus 4/5 speak on certain topics. So, industry wise, I'm trying to think. I guess Joe Budden and the Breakfast Club that speak on all type of issues, social issues, hip hop issues. So it's kind of like, who is the go-to channel that's owned and operated by a melanated brother or a sister?
Right.
What academics was trying to do, I think on Complex or whatever, would have been another situation like Breakfast Club, but I don't, so I don't really know. I don't know nobody else that I click on their channels or nothing that I can really somewhat learn something about. It's a bunch of gossip. It's weird. Like, I won't mind a person like a Dame Dash having a podcast, or a Master P, or a Birdman, Now P from QC. I wouldn't mind people like them having a podcast, because we all play an important role in the youth lives, because if we have distribution, we have record companies, management companies, consulting companies, we're helping the children in the ghettos, you know what I'm saying? Because if we take a liking to their music, we're gonna put them on bigger platforms. He or she can make money and bring their families up out of the ghettos, or rebuild the ghettos. It ain't so much that always say leave the ghetto, leave the ghetto. You can rebuild the ghettos. Like, if we know what we don't get in the ghetto and somebody make it out of the ghetto, put that in there. So if it's a YMCA costs too much money, we can't afford that in the ghetto. So build a YMCA style place so these kids can hang inside of there and learn trades instead of hanging on the corner. So it can be done, you know what I'm saying? But the people with the money choose not to do that. And then when the government see that that's what you're trying to do, they gonna control the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because this could be a write-off for them, and then they don't care about the ghetto because they designed the ghetto to be in the first place. Right. So they don't want the ghetto to be better. They want to profit off the violence and all that, so they can keep the gentrification going. Like for us in Chicago, prime real estate was all our projects. Ida B. Wells sit 3-4 blocks off the water. You can walk to the Lake Michigan, the biggest lake in the world, the biggest lake in America, or in the world, I guess. The biggest lake in the world, Lake Michigan. You can walk from my projects to the lake. That's prime real estate. So what they do now, they tore the projects down, revamped them, gentrification, and they built trees. They put trees so where you can't see the water no more. You can't even see the water. And if you live in a high rise, you got to damn near get the highest floor, but you paying the same amount of rent on the first and second floor that you is on the 19th floor. But at least the 19th floor, you got a view. You can see the water, whatever. But it's just the life we live in is just we would think we was gonna live for a pandemic. We heard about the Great Depression, but we heard about the Great Depression. We wasn't born for that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now then we born for Hurricane Katrina. We born for now with this COVID situation.
2020 is one of the worst years, man. Is it fair to say, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of rappers that died over the years from Chicago, but this FBG Duck situation dying, is it fair to say a lot of things gonna change? We're not talking about death and alleged shootouts. We're just talking about the music scene of Chicago. Is this gonna be felt, you think, for years and years and years? Because I'm feeling a hit right now. That's the face of the new movement since 2011 to now. Let's just be honest. The face has been one of the main guys has been Duck. Like, what do you say to that young kid?
Yeah. But it's like, like Duck made regular songs. He ain't just make all drill music.
Right. Chicago Legends he made.
I'm going to sway away from that. But see, but Chicago Legends should have done 50 million, 100 million views. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But now when he did Dead Ops, that probably got 100, 200 million views, 300 million views. You see what I'm saying? So he is like he tried, he extended his hand, and but we want all of them to prosper. We got face like other guys that's rapping, Polo G, Dirk Vaughn, um, Herb. We had what's the boy that just passed away? Juice World. So we had, Famous Dex still doing his thing. Who else from here? Vic Mensa. Um, Vic Mensa, what's my list? What's the other one name? Chance the Rapper. So we got a variety of and believe it or not, Chicago always been that way. We always had the backpacker type of rappers Common.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We always had that Twister was leading in the fastest rapper in the world, Guinness Book and all that.
What about
So
you and
we
Young
always
Mixie
had a
Asshole?
variety of artists. We never had one track, one sound of rap. We never done that. We got up and coming guys, Young TT, Meek 1400. Um, who else we got? King Samson, of course.
Shout out to King
Uh,
Samson.
if P Rico gonna still do his thing, he got a chance. SD just dropped a project. Um, who else we got? Lil Timo, Lil Zay Osama.
Rest in peace to Curio.
All of them just that's who has deals and stuff that's fresh off the top of my mind. I got a little guy, Chicago KO. He the truth. KO, he the truth, but I'm sure they'll put him in a J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. But he very talented too.
Now,
D Car's hard. He a youngster. So we got some guys, man. So far that's who. Damn, what's that's my nephew. 757 Mono.
right. What's the situation? I'm sorry, you naming a lot of new artists, but one artist slash producer I seen that you didn't say the name, and I'm not here to bring up any bad things, but I seen you were like the only guy when Young Chop was going through his withdrawals, or I'm just alleged situation. I don't know what it is, but I seen you like the only one who didn't clout chase it and try to get your views up. You was really doing things behind the scenes to make sure that man was well. Like, well, can you give us any light on that situation as far as to those in the chat room, part of the I Smoke gang, who might be concerned about him, or how do you feel? Do you not care, or what situation is like right now with Young Child? What's going on? It's been very quiet for the last couple of months now. What's that looking like?
I mean, I wish him the best. I don't know what's going on with him as of now. You know what I'm saying? But I
Right.
wish him the best. Whatever help he needed, I hope he get it. You said producers, other producers. Shout out to Ace Lex. He just got, I think, a gold plaque for Rod Wave. One of Rod Wave tracks. He from Chicago.
Shout out to
Ace
that
Lex.
lady.
So stay in tune with him. He down in Atlanta making a lot of moves. DY. DY doing big things. He
Right.
producing, I think, for Future and a lot of guys. Young Thug and them, he been around, I think 21 Savage he done something for. So he doing, so DY crazy,
Right.
Ace Lex, and producer wise, who else? Paris Bueller, I guess he's still doing his thing. But for right now, who out there ringing would be DY Crazy and DY and Ace Lex,
Right.
for right now.
We
And Polo G too, if I didn't mention him earlier.
Polo G's making numbers. We're you don't even have to. This man name goes without saying. Now we just got off a mental situation. We talked about the job situation, educational purpose. We know your connections as far as you building with the late great Dr. Sebi. Is there anything you learned from Dr. Sebi that you could teach us that might help what's going on. Not that it can stop what's going on in these cities, but maybe if people were more aware of what problems we might be stemming from. So, what are some of the things you build with Dr. Sebi on?
Dr. Sebi basically lets you know about electric, electric
Alkaline.
living, and electric foods, alkaline your body, help you um reverse diseases of certain kinds, rid the mucus of your body because that's where the diseases, gather, I guess, in the mucus. So rid your body, so cut out the dairy. Dairy is from a cow, so you feed it to a cow. Your mama have breast milk for a baby for a reason.
Right.
Other than that, your mother breast milk will be like a cow milk just out of a titty, but that ain't the truth. So no one should be putting cow milk in a human body, you know.
Right.
So it's just teaching you to eat clean, teaching you to eat clean and rid yourself from a lot of diseases.
Do you eat meat?
No,
No meat.
no,
I'm
no
reading some
meat,
of the chat.
no seafood, and no dairy.
Wow, is that a hard man? Like how you don't eat meat at all, but you can still process or you can feel strong out here? Is it the alkaline diet? Like what are some of the things you might
I
tell some
mean,
of?
like they said, if they try to compare people to animals and mammals and everything else, the strongest animal in the jungle is a gorilla, and he eat
Right.
like I eat. A gorilla eat like I eat, fruits, vegetables, and grains, and he the strongest in the jungle. So people, it's the simplest things that you can tell them, and that's what I usually do when they be like, "You don't eat meat, you're gonna be weak. You gonna do this." Then we go in the gym and I throw up 4 or 5, and I ain't ate no meat, no chicken, all this fake protein stuff they talking about. So now what do they say? Oh, you just extra strong? Or they gonna say I'm lying, I do eat meat. Why you still thick? Why you still solid?
Right.
And then I come back to them and say, hey, what's the strongest animal in the jungle? And they be like, I don't know. I said gorilla. Damn, yeah, gorilla, big, strong. Ooh. I said, yeah, well, you know what he eat? You know his diet? No, Google his diet. And when I see you tomorrow, tell me, man, he eat like you. There go your answer. You see what I'm saying? So it's just simple. You got to get people to do the research and do the knowledge on things, man. But that meat is terrible. That all that your body is not made for no cannibalism. It's not.
Right. Well, Jojo,
And that,
you broke a whole lot down for us as far as Chicago health. You talked about what you got going on. We're gonna bring up you and Willie D, but before we do, man, there's a lot of young dudes in Chicago, and you, Jojo Capone, they know you. They're aware of you. Big brother and them told them about you. They mindset. They lost their partner in them over here, and we know blood begets bloodshed. What can you tell that young alleged step out there, hit out there, whatever you want to call it, that young dude, it ain't even for the clout. It's just he got rage in his head. He ready to go catch another body right now. What would Jojo Capone tell them to do to navigate better in the streets of Chiraq, being that you the Chiraq Don? Like, help, pretend I'm one of them. Talk to us. Pretend the chat room is them young dudes out there in Chicago. Talk to us right now. What could you? Because I don't want to hear the Bill Cosby talk, the rated PG-13. Tell us that real piff that we
no,
need that help.
it's simple. It's simple, and it's not long and drawn out. You think before you react. You know what I'm saying? That's just laws of attraction. You think before you react, because if you react out of rage, the consequences you're gonna be upset about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you want to carry your partner, your brother, your cousin, your homie legacy, but it's many ways that you can do that. It's the pride and the ego. A lot of people got to learn how to deal with their pride and ego because, yeah, if I lose a loved one, the first thing I'm thinking, or if we made a pact, listen, man, if something ever happened to me, revenge my death. So a lot of people carrying out a lot of situations off situations like that. Like, man, if something happened to me, don't let it just go in vain.
Right.
If we gonna hurt, make them hurt. So you got a lot of people that has them pacts with each other. So it's not gonna be nothing you can do about that to stop that. Because hurt people hurt people. That's just how it go. You
Amen.
know, an eye for an eye. You smack me, I'm smacking your ass back. You punch me, I'm punching you back. You shoot at me, I'm shooting back. That's just life for some people. Some people will let you smack them and walk the other way, which
Turn
is
the other cheek.
you had the late great Malcolm X and the late great Dr. Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin and Gandhi. Dr. Martin Luther King said, "They smack you, turn the other cheek." Malcolm X, you smack me, I'm smacking you back. So you got people that's gonna take each side of that. Like you gonna fight ignorance with ignorance, or you can fight ignorance with sense
Right.
and intelligence. So
You seem to
it's your
be
choice.
you seem to be using intelligence gracefully throughout your whole, I'm gonna say, career. I look at what you do as a profession. I don't know if you do or not, but your name been ringing bells for years. Even the new generation, you're somewhat of Jay Prince. Or I'm gonna get off of FBG Doug just for the chat room because they want to know this one last thing I've been reading. Is it true the alleged rumors that FBG Duck was about to sign with Rap-A-Lot Records and Jay Prince?
I don't know, and it don't matter because he was already signed. He had a
That's what I
deal
said
for
with
Slack.
Sony with 1.7 mil, right?
Yeah, he got a deal because I had a deal on the table for him for 300,000. Myself and John Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? And to say the deal came through today, it was like 300,000. It might have been for $1 million overall, but he would have had 300. He would have had 300 for his pocket. And I called him and I say, "Hey man, I got 300 for you in your pocket with the deal." And he like, "Man, Unc, I just signed." So I was basically like a day late or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me
So
find out you the next A&R Chicago. Let me find out, Jojo. Do we have, I know you have all this music business going on, but do we have a brand new project in the way as far as you signing some of these little hoppers out here? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them would like to be signed Jojo Capone's record. How that sound right now?
no, Act Like an Entertainment is my company. That's my
Right.
company. Act Like an Entertainment, the same company that I gave you for the YouTube channel. So I
So
don't know if they rip stuff down, but you will see early on interviews from Kanye West,
wow.
Common, John Legend. You'll see a lot of interviews from the Chicago version DVD. That's actually how the channel was started. So it's Act Like It ENT is the YouTube channel. So I don't know now since they done made all these changes and all that if they pulled them videos down. I actually had to go on there and check and see. But
Hit me up behind the scenes. I could teach you how to pass through these copyright claims or whatnot through the dispute. That's no biggie. I could talk to you behind the scenes after the interview. Make
yeah.
sure they up.
So because they actually got my channel now to where I can't even monetize off my channel.
The YouTube structure changed now. Being that it's changed, I think we led to a good point right here I'm about to bring up. A lot of people
Yeah.
get to eat off of your story, Duck's story, the little Dirks of the world, anybody, or your mans in them, rest in peace, the Relo. Like, we can name on and on and on. Media gets to live through people who actually bled through these hardships. And you said it earlier how you feel about clout chasers. Without using the word clout chaser, I know you expressed situation about Charlemagne the God over the years, not to bring that up, but people such as Charlemagne the God or people in that position now speaking about Duck or all these other guys. What should they do more to help these guys make it further? Like, I'm seeing a lot of
I
people only
mean, it's
talk
only
about them when
so
they
much they
dead.
can do with a dude like Charlemagne. If he got a platform like the Breakfast Club, all he can do is he hear artists that's popping, get him on his show. That's all he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, you getting paid from your show, so to try to charge a person through PR to get on your show, you getting paid twice. So that's kind of greed. That's
Right.
what we went through with a lot of our DJs and stuff here in Chicago. A lot of these kids could have made more money. Duck was popping in 2012, 14, whatever. If the DJs was playing his music on the radio and he could have got the attention of labels and they would have signed him, maybe he could have been living in LA and Miami and
Right.
Atlanta just like the rest of them, and could have prevented this and took his guys with him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's missing from us. Like, we come from a gang infested state and city, and it's like our DJs are affiliated. You know what I'm saying? So with the DJs being affiliated,
Blackball.
if none of them GDs, they not gonna play no GDs music. They gonna play, if they Vice Lords and Blackstones, they gonna play the Blackstones music. They gonna play the Vice Lords music. They not gonna play the GDs music.
Right.
So it's deeper than what people think. They don't know that we suffer from that. You know what I'm saying? We suffer from that. Like, you know, and untimely, like with the deaths that's happening, they really don't too much care, because gang banging life, we've been their rivals forever. So you know what I'm saying?
You're
You know,
touching on something that we brought up early on the live like 3 days ago, and I'm gonna just say I'm not a faker, and we got I call you the king of Chicago, no disrespect to nobody, but I mean the King Von Little Dirk situation. Allegedly, we're being told certain artists, and it's not just them. I don't want to. I actually like them. I don't pick sides. Well, King Von, lately I have something in me that kind of stay away from people who blackball other artists from the city. So it makes me not really listen to music like I want to. How do you feel other artists who make it out of Chicago? I understand your ops and you got things to do, but through the music side of it, how do you feel that other artists with prominent names are stopping artists like Duck or the Young Pappies or any other artist from Eden as far as making friendship? Because 21 Savage did that song with Duck, and no disrespect, Duck still ripped that song by himself. It's like it didn't really need 21 Savage part. And I noticed the discontinuing friendship because he's friends with Dirk. 21 being friends with Dirk. He discontinued a friendship with Duck. I'm not trying to allude to nothing, but how does that feel when you see guys not getting a chance to make it because other guys are playing the monkey see, monkey do, or tag you're it, like elementary games with other folks' actual livelihood? How do you feel? I'm sorry for the long. I have to just word it the right way.
I don't know if Duck and 21 stop their friendship or whatever,
Okay.
because of Dirk. I'm not sure of that. I'm not aware of that.
Right.
But I'm aware been blackballed, and all of the little guys that's been blackballed, they spoke on it. So it's out there. You know what I'm saying? If they've been blackballed and they spoke on it, then it is what it is. They know who blackballed them. That's why they speak on it. If I'm it, like if I was trying to reach out to you to get an interview, and then you told me you declined, you don't want my interview, but then tomorrow I see you interviewing somebody I'm into it with, then and y'all been friends for a month or two or three, I know where it came from. So it's simple.
Right. I get what you're saying, but as far as, do you think that's another roadblock that's added to the game? We already know through the violence or certain music you do, certain industry, they
Yeah,
wait their time.
the blackball been going on for beginning of times. When you
Right.
don't do what the labels say, they blackball you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with that 48 Laws of Power book. It speak on the same shit. You know, don't let you don't surpass your boss and all that, whatever that fake ass shit in that book be saying. But it's a lot of cutthroat shit in the book. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't want your enemy to be able to live where you live and move how you move. So you're gonna keep your foot on his neck so he gonna stay swimming in the ocean trying to get out of there. You know, that's how it's gonna go. You ain't trying to throw your enemy a life raft.
Right. I mean,
Mhm.
as all right, you're not afraid to answer a lot of questions. I'm actually more shocked. A lot of things we touched on, probably everything. So I'm gonna freestyle the last part. As far as I'm reading the comments, I'm reading the sections with this interview. What are some of the? This is just me being new in the game. I have a lot of names now, and shout out to you too. What are some of the things I should do? Forget about my work if you've seen or you haven't seen. From this day forward, when I cover Chicago, and you're really speaking to a lot of bloggers too, but I consider myself a dude on YouTube. What should we do when we're covering Chicago? Or what do you
I
expect from
mean,
us? How we should handle?
just be sincere of asking questions. Like, don't do the shit for clickbait. People's lives are at stake. And then a blogger got to be mindful that the questions that they ask can have somebody else involved in some shit that they really not involved with. You know, speaking on other people's name, a lot of people would just say no comment. You see what I'm saying? Some will say, but I put in too much work, time, energy, and effort for this city for me to not speak on something and correct things. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
we
it's not so
appreciate you
much of
for that.
bashing this one and bashing that one. I want all of the see one thing about all of them, they gonna all tell you he not he don't pick sides. You know what I'm saying? He want the best for all of us. And they'll tell you that's what hurt them the most because they know that I'm a person that will be willing to help them if they can all get on the same page. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all gonna be shooting at each other and all that shit, I don't want no parts of that. Like we done that. My generation done that so we can raise y'all. The generation here, we done that shit right there, that genocide. So y'all didn't have to go through it. So we feel like as parents we failed. We feel like we failed because Duck and all them our children. Vaughn, Dirk, all them our children. You know what I'm saying? That's doing that shit to each other. So I try to tell them all the time. If me and Lil Reese daddy can link up and be cool, if Lolo we link up with Chief Keef mama and can hug her with no problem. I see Sheena Duck mama hug her.
Wow.
Duck daddy call home. I can see him shake his hand. Ruger daddy see him shake his hand, just talk to him. So it's like, you know, rest in peace to Silk, which is Von father. You know what I'm saying? Like them alternative schools I was telling you about. Right. I was helping Von father get into the alternative schools. So it's like I'm not gonna feel how they opposite, as they call it, feel towards each other. Cause I was knowing their parents before the kid was even thought of, before the dad even met the mama and shit. So I can't feel the same way everybody else feel, you know? So right. That's why I asked them, I begged them or whatever, man, stop, don't let the shit get so far. If y'all gonna diss each other on a record, leave that shit on the record. It's for album sales, it's entertainment. Leave that shit as entertainment. It should never spill off into wax into the street. It should never do that.
We need 1 million Jojo Capones in Chicago, man. The fact that you name drop all these folks, parents, and with that's man, I love that, man. Like that's the definition of an OG, man. Like,
yeah, these dudes, but see, like a lot of these dudes, they don't. I lived in every project in this city, so it's I lived amongst the considered oppositions and all that. I lived amongst them, so. That go to show you, like, I could never been no coward, you know what I'm saying? Right. Because I rep what I rep, and I still came in these neighborhoods, still hustled in them neighborhoods, lived in them neighborhoods, done everything in them neighborhoods. So it's sad because I know for a fact if these little dudes can put their differences to the side and just try, just give it a chance, somebody be the bigger person on each behalf, then bam. Because see now, the people that did really have the talent, y'all taking them out. Pappy was incredible. You know what I'm saying?
Best lyricist. Duck is the greatest ever, but the best lyricist in Chicago is Two Heads. Rest in peace to L.A. Capone, Young Pappy. You just hit me when you just brought that name, man.
Yeah, so you know, so at the end of the day, if them dudes could link together and do some songs together, it can help. Like we don't gotta be buddy all, you know, kiki ha ha in each other's face, but take the frustration out in a video game. We can get on a video game and play each other. You know, it's other ways to not shoot and kill each other. You know, it's not just about them. It's about the kids that's getting caught with these stray bullets. It's the families that's being hurt. Like you got people that's married into each other, family and everything. It put everybody in an awkward position. And they're not thinking like that. They being selfish. So it's like you being selfish. You're not thinking for everybody else.
Right.
And of course, everybody got to arm themselves because like I said, nobody want to be a victim, you know, but it's like the trust is lost. The trust is lost. If a lot of these guys that been beef with each other and feel like they can meet up in a field, fight it out, hug it out, and then go on live and say, hey, man, this what big dogs do. We fought it out, wrestled it out, or whatever. Y'all gonna hear songs from us later on. Y'all gonna watch us play the video games from later on. And that's how we gonna take our frustration out in video games, whatever. You know, basketball games, not shooting and killing each other. So once we can do that, then man, we in a good start. And that's for all over the world. You know, you shouldn't hate somebody that much that you want to pull a trigger on them. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of good start, man, Jojo, man, you on fire with the interview. Numbers is going crazy, man. Like, I don't know how long you got. I don't. It's like I'm trying to feed and make you expunge more knowledge out here. So, how long you got? I wanted to know as far as you could give.
I'm gonna end right now because I got some other things to do right
Right.
now. But I mean, we can always do part two. You know,
Man,
make
come
this
on,
part.
man. I need you to say
Yeah.
one thing for me, Jojo Capone. And I had to ask that part because I had to tell myself if I'm running the interview too far down. I know you got a lot of things to handle. Two, I'm gonna hit you behind the scenes so we can. Oh man, that's most deaf, and I'm glad you're giving that to us. But I love my supporters. Just so I know how you love the people who make you. I love the people who make me. And I'm putting my arms up. I know you can't see it right now. I'm flexing for the I Smoke gang. So I made Pop Smoke Brothers said from the Snowbillies to everybody. But you one of the ones I can say in front of everybody that I really look up to. This interview hit very different. So could you say shout out to the I Smoke gang right quick?
And appreciate you too, young brother. I smoke
I
gang.
Smoke gang, yeah.
Okay, salute to the I smoke gang. I don't smoke, but salute to the I
Right, right.
smoke gang.
First of all, assalamu alaikum. I said if I'm gonna put my arms up again. This man Capone, man, he look Jojo Capone is honorable. He comes from a discipline standpoint. I Smoke Gang doesn't really represent weed. It more represent infused with hip hop, meaning you got to be part of the culture all the way universal, and you are, man. I would like to tell you thank you on behalf of everybody. I don't just represent myself. I got a nation of people, so the nation would like to tell you thank you, man. And being a melanated brother too, most definitely, because you don't actually did it. I want everybody to know this man hit me urgently right back. This is the most humble he ever made me, or anybody made me on YouTube. And I'm just gonna tell you, man, thank you, man. We're humbly grateful, and the numbers are going crazy. It's gonna do crazy. You made us eclipse being mud niggas into actual platform. So thank you, man. You're part of the success of this. And have a blessed day. We will definitely hit you. I'm doing 3 videos. And before you leave, can you tell us what you got going on with Willie D? Please. And I'm gonna put your Instagram
Uh,
on the screen again for the people.
yeah, we have Code of Conduct podcast. Myself, Willie D, and Stephen Belafonte. And we had in the beginning we had two honorary guests, Bosco 100 and King Erna
That's the
and Hocus 4/5. So now we just interviewed Snow Billy, and now we just interviewed Glenn Plummer, the actor from OG Bobby Johnson, and Mano. We just so that's the last interview that we just done. But yeah, put subscribe and like the channel on the YouTube channel, act like an ENT. And I guess you can have all that in the link.
Please,
And
please
salute.
send me, yeah, send me everything behind the scenes in the DMs. I'm real good at creating things, and I can't wait to be part of the Jojo Capone brand if you will allow me. And I'm gonna just say it here, I don't make nobody look bad, and to represent a real right person like you, I'm not gonna lie, man. I hope there's a lot of Chicago folks who watch this channel. So just seeing you on the platform, I hope the ears listen to the advice you gave, because my kids will definitely watch this as well. They're supporters of the platform, so your words could be shown in elementary, middle school, and high school. Like I said, we need a million Jojo Capones out here in every hood, not just Chicago. I'm not one of these
And
people.
and they can tell you, you know, anybody here from Chicago, I'm not talking to you about Chicago from Texas or Louisiana or Cali or Georgia. I'm in Chicago. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing. You got so many people all over everywhere else speaking on Chicago and don't even live here or don't even be here. You see what I'm saying? So that's what angers a person like myself, because and that's what make me feel like it just be about exploitation. But I feel genuine about you, so I done the
Thank you.
interview with you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to let you know, Jojo, you can hit up some of your guys, the King Louis of the world, and everybody. Like, I never got paid when I actually supported them. Like people like Fredo. Believe it or not, my hoods. I'm from Broward County. I know you know that. You're well
Mhm.
known around, so you know the Zoes living crazy out here. So seeing the death like that and seeing them young dudes, I'm gonna just let you know right now. I cried when Fredo died. When young Pappy got hit up. I'm not trying to come at DJ Academics. We started together, and my thing is if I could say, the academics. Look, I hope you become successful, but don't forget their mamas out there crying. If you could just give a flower to every single mom, you know what I'm saying? Because you get to go beyond complex and all that, but it ain't a dream, bro. People ain't seen their mamas and dads and little babies no more. So if you bloggers can get out your scary comfort and get out your house, man, stop hiding behind an account. You see, I'm trying to make myself visible, and I hopefully one day you come to Florida and I can give you that real hospitality. Not that you need it. It's just more honorary thing I want to do from my side. So you bloggers need to know, man. Like, you can't just keep doing troll accounts, man. These people is dying out here for real. And you see Jojo coming out here taking his time to speak about it. This is not scripted. This is not a joke. And I'm going to tell y'all the real truth. I've been on 3 combat tours in Iraq, and it still don't really compare to what you see going on in neighborhoods. You expect that to be in a war situation. So when I see people like Jojo Capone, you still alive out here, man. I mean, prayers to the Most High for real, man. You gonna make me over here have another moment with the kids, man. Thank you, Jojo. You can have me talking, man. I'm a talking ass nigga, man. Feel
Yeah,
free to tell
I'm
me to
gone,
be
man, because
quiet.
I'm missing a lot. I'm missing a lot, but I enjoyed the interview. Keep me posted, and
Man, I got you, man.
and salute to everybody in the chat. One love.
Man, one love to you too, man. Be free, man, and stay blessed. Thank you. Hey, I Smoke Gang, man. We here. I'm gonna get ready to interview. I'm gonna go live a little bit later tonight with y'all. We definitely gonna go live. There's some things to talk about. King Von. It's a whole lot. Little Boosie losing his live. 38 Lizzie. Everybody, I see y'all. We're gonna talk about Boosie, but this is a great interview. If you guys are watching the re-upload, feel free to hit the donation. Feel free to hit the likes. Be part of the best gang winning out here. We got interviews lined up. Look, go to that Jojo Capone's following and just go take that brother's advice and words. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, man, we've been growing nonstop. When you don't be lazy out here, the people really do rock with you. All they want you to do is rock with them. Look, I'm I Smoke Gang for life. I'm a chat room nigga for life. And you get to see the real ones, only the best of the best. Look, we don't care if you have a name all the way to a no name. Shout out to Stat 280, everybody out here. We got the Also Bossy interview coming up. We got the 183rd interview coming up. We got the Brother Ben X interview coming up. Hopefully my dog Bosco 100 do an interview, but I feel you, Bosco. I understand you still that dude. We got other ones coming up. Hopefully Flight Reacts. It's going to be a lot of jumping at things, but Soul Illuminati, we're gonna get that one on deck without no problem. If y'all mess with Soul Illuminati, we got him coming up. Hopefully, if he gets over what he got personally going behind the scenes, I'm not gonna bring it up. We got him for the team. Look, Jojo Capone was a real one, man. Shout out to Jojo Capone. Shout out to I Smoke Gang. Look, we here to stay, man. We making a name. I don't know, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. We got a lot of people to promote. Look, y'all, we got the P.O. Box. I will be dropping it tomorrow. The video, or later tonight, the video for the P.O. Box. So you guys can go send whatever you need to send for promos, or you just want I Smoke Hip Hop to show during the lives. Send it to the P.O. Box. We are incorporated now. If people want to steal our names, we have the right to sue the hell out you. We've been was incorporated, but I did something even more to stamp the brand. Not only that, if you send it to the P.O. Box, always put I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Do not put Bless One. Do not put Shadrach unless you want to, but put I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Man, this is rocking top notch. I'm going to hit you behind the scenes with the address. Damn, I'm feeling hella lit right now, man. I want to smoke. I think I might go outside and do another live before I start the live tonight. Smoke with y'all right quick. We need to do a post show. Man, I love every single one of y'all, man. I Smoke Gang for life. Love your family.